Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
I think so.
It's a little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, not today, and find out if they're good to be classy or if they're just a big old piece of trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Toadies in a new edition, but I'm going to tell you folks that. Why is that, Pinhead? Because they're the motherfucking homies, and we're here for a little bonus episode on the old Patreon.
Sure.
Shout out to Travis.
I'm over it.
Cutting up the Patreon apps.
Yeah.
My man. The only friend I got in this company.
I wonder why that is. And also, Trav, he was trashy at the airport when you posted the video. He's going, he didn't use any of the other angles. He didn't use any other, other angles.
That's so not true.
It's 100%.
That's 100% true.
He did use the angles.
No, we know, but
I just didn't see them.
You didn't look. No, you don't. That's what you do. You didn't look. You start complaining, and then no one says anything, and I know Luke's going, fuck, this is coming to me. And he's like, we haven't spoken about this, by the way.
Travis, I wasn't complaining. Hit me. Love you, buddy.
Travis, hit me.
Don't hit anybody else.
100% complained and brought up fire in you. I said, I don't think that is a little egregious, I think.
Trav, from now on, only hit me. Go. I love you, Trav. You two. What the hell's that? You have your phone on?
That's your pills. Yeah, he's got to remind you. He's got to put your pills in a piece of cheese.
I wouldn't hate that. Come on.
Man, my dog Rusty could sniff out a pill. You'd have to put it in. We would fry an egg.
Spit it out like a watermelon seed.
Dude, we would fry an egg, fucking smash it in
Holy
there.
shit.
Put a piece of cheese on top and you bing, right across. My mom used to my mom hated dogs. My mom would go, you motherfucker.
Ah, shit, that's all right. Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Hey, what's up, gang? Shout out to the motherfucking Amy's. Goddamn lifeblood of the organization. The fucking, the shareholders, the boots on the ground, the Dempsey Group employees. We fucking love you, gang.
Yeah, we said last week we got so many gifts from everybody on the road. We did a nice little story thanking everybody, posted the pictures. We love all you guys. Wanted to shout out Garrett and Kayla, $20 homies.
Shout out to it.
For my toy chest they gave me. All top-of-the-line Star Wars stuff. Unbelievable. I got R2-D2 sitting right back there. And another shout-out to Future Bound Prince, who did the newspaper. We got a couple back there, and we have a new ice box for Hard Feelings that will be out next week. You guys are the fucking best.
We love you.
That's all I want to say. Gifts, no gifts, you're all the fucking best.
We love
you.
And you know it.
Thank you.
Now,
you two rats.
What?
Nothing. I feel like you both really have it in for me today.
Dude,
He's giving me a lot of attitude.
No. Let's back it up.
By the way,
listen,
when I call you at night as a friend, you don't need to broadcast it to the fucking office.
What time was that?
Like you're complaining about it.
FaceTime me at 10 p.m.
That's crazy. You can't do that, dude.
He's my friend. We're friends. We do things
When do you
together.
hang out? When you're not paying them, when do you hang out?
A couple times.
When? Name one time ever.
Luke Combs concert.
That was a work outing.
We went to Ruby Rosa together a couple nights ago.
No, you didn't.
Yes, we did.
No, you didn't.
Travis.
Travis, clean this up with AI. They're doing great stuff with that AI, I hear. Everything's AI.
Call me anytime, buddy.
You have to.
Thank you.
No,
that's because I was high.
That's not what he says to me.
If he's high as shit, yeah, you can call me anytime.
Yeah.
Okay.
I drank an out of office. Whew. I was fucking out to lunch.
Should have been called on the moon.
Woo, those things are all right. Shout out to the out of office. Good. Yeah, that was a delayed fuse. I went to the grocery store, went home, had dinner. All of a sudden, I'm fucking giggling.
It was a FaceTime, which is rare, and I thought we were going to have to hit the panic button. I thought it was a classic case of the bug out.
Man.
Hey, buddy, I'm out front. You got to come get me. I'm up in the Bronx.
Would you come down and get me?
Of course.
I know you wouldn't.
What?
If I was downstairs, you're like, hey, man, I'm downstairs.
Not if you got too high. You're 50 years old. It's not like you're drowning.
What if you just got what if tonight you got home or whatever, and I just called you. I was like, hey, man, I'm downstairs. You got to come down and get me.
For what?
See, you'd ask. I'd be right down there. Hoping he had a cheesesteak with you.
That's crazy. Painting me like a bad guy. I've had to do that to you.
Have you had to come?
There's been times in our past where I had to go looking for you.
Fair enough.
Okay, so
I appreciate
so
that.
when push comes to shove, I'm locked, loaded, and hunting your motherfucking ass down. Don't try to paint me like a bad guy.
You're my best pal in the whole wide
Also,
world.
why
No one's been better to me.
No shit. And you
Except
treat
for-
you treat me like a side piece.
That's not true.
You treat me like your bottom bitch. Always come up with the bread.
That's not true. You know I love you. Get over here.
I told you no kissing on the mouth.
Anywho.
What?
Who was that? Somebody just yell something?
I did.
Out there.
I don't know, man. Your buddy, I don't know if the pills are working or your you're all kinds of crazy.
Take that back because it's not true.
It's for sure true.
No, it's not.
Today you've been all kinds of. I don't know what's what. Obviously they're not miracle pills. They're not magic pills.
Miracle Whip. I don't know what you're talking about. I think I'm doing great.
Okay.
Kill
Here.
Kevin.
Your Manchurian candidated. Activated.
Let's talk about people that have positive influences on our lives. Today we wanted to talk.
Have you ever had any?
Yeah, I got 5 right here.
Give me their number. I gotta fucking have a word with them.
I got 6 negative ones too. 6 ones that were mean to me.
Give me their numbers. I want to thank them. I want to thank the ones that have been mean to you and ream the ones that were nice to you.
Talking about teachers today.
Talking about teachers.
That's right.
That's pretty good.
Talking about teachers.
You can't steal my bit.
I'm
Talking about
adding.
teachers. Yeah, we're doing it worse.
We're harmonizing.
No.
La-
You're stealing my limelight. Wait till I get my money. Right.
A lot of teachers have had positive influences on kids. Teachers.
Sure, a lot of them have sex with the kids.
Yikes.
I don't hate me for. I would call Balls and Strikes a goddamn family program. I can call Balls and Strikes.
I couldn't think
There's
of
a
her.
lot of in the end, a lot of bad guys out there and gals.
I couldn't think of her name. I called my one boy. I called my buddy Brad to see if he remembered. He didn't remember. He remembered her, but he didn't remember her name. She's not really positive or negative influence. She was a sweet lady. She was awesome, but she was a fucking dime piece. She was a former Playboy model. Whoa.
She shouldn't be a
substitute. This is the 80s. Substitute teacher, and she was. I told you this before.
Yeah.
She was somewhere in the movie Blowout. I don't know what character she was. She had red hair. She was so. I mean, dude, 7th grade.
Yeah. We
I
had
mean,
Mrs. Cook.
Didn't know what to do.
She was an Eagles cheerleader.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't do
No,
that.
her
now.
sister was an Eagles cheerleader, but they were
There we
identical
go.
twins or something. Or was it her? I think it was. I don't know. No, her sister came in. They looked alike, and then her husband came in as Swoop.
Dickhead.
I told you her husband came in as Swoop and proposed in the lunchroom.
Ugh,
And I said,
dork.
let me see that rock. Got a huge laugh. Killed. Standing ovation. And it was then I knew I wanted to be an entertainer.
She left him, banged me, and that was it. She come in the cheerleading uniform?
The sister did, yeah, but
What?
like the winterized one.
Oh, fuck that.
Not the little
stocking.
pom-pom skirt. I'm talking heavy bush.
We want the one you wear when Brady's in town. Hey, you know
Sure,
what I
hey,
mean?
trying to get talk about putting a ring on it. Put a cock ring on it.
When Tiger's at the game. Anyway, let's get into it.
Anywho, so we each have our top 5 favorite teachers. This was proposed by our great friend Ryan D. Shout out to Ryan D.
The new director of operations here,
He's calling himself DIOPS
And
director,
Antonis.
which is not the case.
Ryan Diesel. You might know him from America's Got Talent fame.
He's
as
also
Mr.
been on this.
Pants.
He's been on this. He's been on a very early Patreon episode.
Yes, yeah. Our new director of operations.
He's a guy who does stuff.
Trying to keep Luke in line. Taking
Luke said he's been a huge asset to you the past 2 weeks.
Oh my god, yeah, it changed
Right.
the game.
Yeah, he's been great.
Hmm.
He's picking up my dry cleaning right now. Swear to God. Hand
No,
to
he's
God.
not.
Hand to God.
No, I thought he was picking up something for himself.
Oh, he's going to get my dry cleaning.
Your dry cleaning?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
we can have him do shit like that? I didn't know that.
I got a couple of shirts starched. No.
I'm supposed to pick up a package at the bus station in a couple of hours.
Somebody I believe in Madison was nice enough to give me a Old Spice race
that's
jacket.
right. Yeah.
He was-
shout out to that guy. I forgot
yeah,
about that.
Without asking, he went and fucking he director of operations went and dropped it off to get dry cleaned for me because he knows I'm a germaphobe.
Wow.
Good guy.
On the
That's
ball.
great.
It's going to cost me $500.
Did you get that kid's name? Did we get his name?
I don't think so. But I gave him a big hug and a kiss at the at the thing.
The fucking homies, man.
They're great.
Just
Gotta
the
love
best.
them.
All that stuff we got from Fritz.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking great.
So we each have our top 5.
We do.
And bottom 5, and maybe a couple of honorable mentions either way.
I didn't do that this time.
Okay.
I did exactly what you said. I purposely didn't do more than 5
Okay.
because I know when I do that, it drives you crazy.
Okay.
And I'm trying to learn.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Great.
And I'm not trying to make this about me.
That's another thing you do. Okay, sure.
That I make it about me.
No, you do make choices. You make better mental health behavioral choices, and then you immediately throw them in our faces that you've made that decision.
I want you to know that I'm learning.
Just don't do it, and that's also me going, wow, he did not do that.
Okay. I didn't know if you noticed.
But you want me to notice. Well, I'm happy for. Listen, you make me feel. That's what you do. You see, you sow deceit amongst the ranks. You go, hey, yeah, you just winked at him.
No,
'cause
I
you're a
didn't.
fucking psychopath.
No, I just
Travis hit him. He winked. I caught it.
No, you didn't.
You're a fucking psychopath, and I got to deal with
Stop
it.
making Trav do hit-ems.
Hit me.
No.
Hit Luke.
Did
Go to
this.
the Ryan D camp. It's just him and a dry cleaner. Wear one of those front-facing fucking.
Like they do with cats, which
Yeah.
I think is so cute.
Okay, why don't you lead it off? Give me. I want ballpark of the year, if you can remember, and the grade. Like grade, obviously,
yeah.
then whatever year that was. Give me a ballpark.
I got it all.
If that's not all that's written down there.
Hey, it's up here.
Okay.
What was the question? As you know, I have a lot of.
We're done after this, right? I cannot wait to shut it down away from the big man.
I'm gonna miss you.
Thanks for making it about you.
I apologize for that.
That's what we call gaslighting, which I've been accused of. Hey, buddy, I never said I was a saint. How you
It's like a
doing?
Duraflame. Get the party started, huh? You're like one of those long matches. Remember those things?
Oh, man, lighting a heater
Try to
off.
light a heater with that.
Lighting a heater off one of those.
Try to light a heater on a fireplace match, all coked to the gills. Fucking thing shaking.
Talking about people.
Anywho, I have a very strong emotional attachment to things, as you know.
Really?
Yeah, and
Hey, try the treadmill. Get attached to that thing.
these five gentlemen here, which
Gentlemen?
they just happen to be gentlemen.
Sexist. I threw a couple of broads in just to pad the numbers.
Like had proper, the influence on my life. Two of them were just fun, but 3 of them had real proper influence. So my first 2 is kind of a combo, okay? Because when I was in 7th grade and 8th grade, I was a bit of a hellion, okay? I wasn't I was
Hellmans.
I hadn't found my way yet. You know what I mean?
Like you did at what, 48?
No.
Okay.
And I was a dick to this guy.
Okay.
All right, he was my English teacher. Bernie Blanche, Mr. Blanche, was my English teacher
What a
in
name.
7th and 8th grade. And he was a sweet guy. He was a real smart guy. And I busted this. We busted this guy's balls and broke his balls. Fast forward my junior year of high school, okay, I had started to experiment with some mind-altering substances. I got really into poetry, and I got really into literature and English and stuff like that, and I was all about that stuff. I get him for English lit my junior year, all right, Mr. Blanche. And he brings in a
Bob Marley and the Wailers album. Dude, I saw an old woman. I was waiting across the street yesterday, and an old woman in a fucking neon blue Honda Accord or Civic. This thing's so smashed up. She almost fucking hit me. I went, whoa. Dude, she came. Did you ever see someone cruise through an intersection with, like, no regards for what else is going on? But not even, like, fast. Like, she's like...
fire on the mountain.
Dude, she's bumping Bob Marley. She was like an 88-year-old white bro, and it was so funny.
What's funny you mentioned music. So he brings in this guy, Brian Kelly, who was
So who's the teacher?
Mr. Blanche is the teacher. And then he brings in a student teacher who, like, I never really had this experience with student teachers where like he took like a chunk of the year.
Sure.
All right, I think Mr. Blanche was going through some cancer treatment at the time. But they were both fucking awesome. We had Edgar Allan Poe, all right? Mr. Kelly turned
He
me
was
on-
your teacher?
Huh? He was a young guy back then.
Mm-hmm.
Turned me on to Edgar Allan Poe. We took a field trip down to, I think, Baltimore to to Old City, where the house where Edgar Allan Poe lived in Philly. Not where he wrote The Raven. I think he wrote that in Baltimore. Guy liked the drugs. And his cousin, apparently. But what are you going to do? It's a different time. Introduced me to Bob Dylan.
Okay. Get up, stand up.
Desolation Row. We broke down the song Desolation Row and all the literary references that are in it, which I love that song still to this day. But two just fucking awesome dudes. Mr. Blanche was in the Peace Corps, and he told us this great story. One time he was walking in the woods in Africa, and all of a sudden he said, I had like an out-of-body experience, and all of a sudden he saw SNAK flash before his eyes. Snake. And there was a snake right there. He also told us about these flies in Africa that you had to put a net around you when you slept, because if you slept like this, these flies would land on you and they would regurgitate on your armpits and leave burns in your armpits. Mm-hmm. Two fucking rock-solid guys. Mr. Blanche and Mr. Kelly.
Sounds like they're
teachers.
off the reservation. Sounds like they're off the reservation, these two. And then he saw Snack.
That was an unlicensed field trip.
Yeah, I mean.
We went on a Friday night at 10 o'clock.
Talk about going. It sounded like you went down and got some dope.
Which is funny. Brian Kelly was actually an actor who I saw his headshot when I was at theater school.
Oh, the guy that was in The Wire.
No.
No?
No, it wasn't in The Wire.
Oh, okay. Well, hey.
I would have led with that.
I don't know. You
There's
did
an actor named Brian Kelly in The Wire?
I believe so. I could be wrong or something like that.
What were you typing over there? Were you looking these guys up?
Yeah, I was just looking up Brian Kelly.
Anything come
Football-
up?
The football coach.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think Mr. Blanche has passed away. Give that a Google. Bernard Blanche.
Okay.
Gatto.
BLANCHE. Mr. Bernard Blanche. Great teacher.
I believe he's an author now.
No. Older guy, gray hair?
Yeah.
Really?
He volunteered for the Peace Corps.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's on LinkedIn.
He's still alive?
I think so.
Gotta be old as shit.
Yeah.
I would love to find him. You ever see that soccer player that finds his old teacher?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you were dead. How would he not know? I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Who do you got, fatty?
Mine was
The lunch lady?
We're talking Holland Junior High School.
Holland Junior High.
The year's about 2001, maybe 2000. It was the year 2000.
It's
in the
crazy.
year 2000.
You were in junior high school. 7th grade, 6th grade?
This would be 8th.
8th grade.
8th grade, junior
Huh.
high. Our junior high was 7th, 8th, and 9th. Currently, they switched it, but that's
Did you have
what-
hair on your little pickle yet? 8th grade?
probably right around then.
Hmm.
I was later, so maybe not. Maybe senior year in high school. No, I'm kidding.
Smooth sailing, huh?
Still am. Go bear. I nair that thing.
That's not good for you.
Hey, okay. I mean, I also smoked cigarettes for 20 years.
Hmm.
Yeah, we got bigger problems. We got bigger problems than the topical stuff we got going on.
Fair enough.
Was Mr. Behe, Behe,
All right.
English teacher.
I'm with you.
Similar, like, not the normal English teacher.
Yeah.
He would make comments like, ooh, that was like a fucking acid flashback. Or he was sober at the time. I think he was in a band in Pittsburgh. And we thought it was Fuel for the longest time, because this is like pre-internet,
Like Fuel.
the band.
They would have been banging then.
No, so the theory was, or like the lore was, he was in Fuel and
Got
then
kicked
replaced by the hot blonde-haired guy
Which,
from Fuel.
that is true, by the way.
I know.
That guy was a replacement.
I think
From what I
know,
remember.
and that maybe that's how it all.
Whoa, that's pretty fucking cool, if that's true. If not, this guy's a bozo.
Let me see.
Young guy?
Younger guy for sure.
Huh.
He's not coming up in any of the pictures or anything. But But then we found out he was in a band.
Right.
And this is when we were all like, I started slapping the bass. Pat, Chris, everybody's playing guitar. We're like, we're finding ourselves. This is Bob Marley and the Wailers years for us.
Gotcha.
8th grades, and that was when like we're switching classes at that time. So you only had them like, we're not like.
What was your band? The Pizza Rolls? What were you called?
We had a couple. Guilt by Association.
Guilty by Association.
I think it was Guilt by Association. Maybe.
Cheesiest band name that everybody used? Split Decision.
They bang pretty good down in the Philadelphia area. It's a cover band. Shout out to Split Decision.
Oh, no kidding?
That and the Giuliano Brothers, as we dubbed them, because we didn't know
Split Decision might be the people that I know, because they were a band at Widener.
Okay.
I didn't know they played down.
Want me to get them on the line? What do you want me to do? There's no way the college cover band still banging 25 years later. Maybe.
Split Decision, Philadelphia. Original members.
They got a website.
There you go.
Original members.
What do you got?
A lot's popping up. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I mean, you're acting like that's going to be on the AI is going to answer that for him.
Go ahead.
So he was our teacher, and he was in a band. He was in a band before, right? Fuel, we thought, and this is a time you couldn't really research that information.
Was Fuel a Philly band?
No, Pittsburgh. He's from Pittsburgh.
Oh.
So you're like, it's all making sense. And then we found out towards the end of the year that like somebody finally asked him or whatever. And he's like, nah, we played a gig and Fuel was there or something. It was like he was not in Fuel. But at least that's what I remember. Maybe he was. But then we knew that that guy was the new singer. So you're like, everything was lining up. So you're like, it was like a whodunit type thing. You're like, it could be him.
Teaching you snot-nosed little brats how to read.
We also had that. That was he was like, he would break our balls and he could have fun with them. Like there was no no real rule. You know what I mean? It was like respect. It was like, hey, well we can.
Teachers that get it.
Sure.
It's great.
He also, I remember somebody said somebody farted or something, and he was like, not in my class. I thought we were boys. I didn't know this guy was running his fucking mouth behind my back. In another class, someone farted, and they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, or something. And he goes, oh, don't worry, I have Kevin after lunch on Tuesdays or something. And I remember being like, you fucking rat motherfucker. Which I was so not the kid to fart ever publicly. Because as a fat kid.
Sure you weren't.
I swear to God. Dude, hand to fucking
probably
God.
leaking out of your ears.
That, I mean, on its own. But hand to God, I would never fart in class.
Of course, it's the fat guy.
It's blamed on you.
Always.
So I would never do it. And I wanted to be like, you. So he almost made the worst teacher list because he was fucking turncoat and stabbed me in the back in front of other guys.
Chicks and shit, too.
Yeah. Hot chicks.
I got Kevin. I got fat-ass Kevin Ryan.
On Tuesdays after lunch. Don't worry. I know bad smells or whatever.
Oh.
Look, I didn't slap the shit out of him.
Dude. Probably dirty sweatpants. Your butthole smells.
I didn't wear sweatpants.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I was a dungaree, man. But
loading up on
he then also let us read a book. You pick any book and they have to do a book report on it.
Mm-hmm.
I picked, I went to, fucking Barnes & Noble or whatever. Bought a army book, you know what I mean? About a battle or something, or about, I don't know what it was. Something in the South Pacific.
Matterhorn.
It was something. No, it was like real fiction. There was a big explosion on the front. I'm like, oh, this looks good. It had to be 500 pages. I remember, buddy, this ain't. I was interested in the first 200, and then I'm like, I can't. So at the end, so we had to go up and give an
Just
oral.
watch Pearl Harbor. And then Ben Affleck.
I had to go up and give this is a 5-minute speech on the book, and I didn't finish it. But I go, this motherfucker didn't read this book. What are the chances this motherfucker read this book?
Sure.
0. So I went up there and
bullshit it.
Put a big quick button on the end of it. I'm like, and then Snake was the guy, and then Gary said, no, I'm in charge. I kind of just did.
And then Forrest Gump ran all the way home.
So whatever. And then at the end, I just put a real quick, what an 8th grade imagination would think of story arc.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he turned on him, and then they became best friends and said, I'll see you on the other side or whatever. And at the end, he's like, let's give it up for Kevin, who clearly didn't finish the book. And I was like, fuck, dude. Fucking rat.
Old farts are over there.
I want to prove it. Yo, you gotta read 500 pages, jerk off.
Give it up for Stinky.
Also, this fucking guy talking shit on good guy, talking shit on me. He then joined the band. He then started a band that year. And he would do shows at the local Borders Books.
Ooh.
And we went.
What?
For 5 extra credit points.
He was doing bringers? Oh, this guy stinks.
I'm on the fence. He was a great teacher. He was the first guy to be like, I'm going to treat you like...
He made kids come to his
He
show?
didn't make kids.
For 5 extra credit points. I know your fat ass was there.
That was my first time I had a cheddar wurst at Target. My mom dropped us off. I was like, you're going to see a teacher? I remember my mom, like, not understanding. She's like, you're fucking 14 or however old you are. She's like 13. I'm dropping you off at a Borders book so you can go see your teacher.
Were they playing electric?
No.
Like rocking it out?
No.
Were there
It was
adults?
at the cafe. There was like a cafe in the Borders, and it was at the cafe.
Were there adults there?
I mean,
Or were you guys... I mean, that's crazy.
sure. That's why I'm telling you the story for comedic purposes.
What a scumbag.
We went because at that age, we're not doing, we're not like drinking and fucking drugging, you know what I mean? Not heavily.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guitar center right there. So we were like getting into music, like, we'd go fuck around in the you could like go play the fucking drums and shit.
What did he play in the band?
He sang.
Oh, how was he?
Singer. I couldn't recall.
I mean, that's nuts.
It's crazy.
He had no instrument.
No.
Who went? Just you and the crew? Or
Yeah, like me, Flip. I mean, it was also like, hey, drop us off here. It was at the mall. It was in the mall's parking lot, like connected to the mall. So we were just like,
I can't believe your mom let you go. That's
She didn't
weird.
give a fuck. She's like, at that age, she was dropping my brother off at like crack houses and stuff. She's like, I'm dropping him off at a fucking bookstore. How bad could it be?
But that you're going to hang out with a teacher.
I mean, hang out with a teacher is a stretch.
Did you get his autograph or anything?
Sure. Make sure I got them 5 points.
Threw your panties up.
We'd
on
also
stage?
go like catch heaters. You know what I mean? It was just like, he was a bit of the destination where it was like, also, at that time, we were just like also going to Guitar Center. Like, I drop
Gotcha.
us off for Guitar Center for an hour or two or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird.
Fucking wacko shit. But, good guy.
I do have the members of Split Decision if we want it.
Hit me.
Run it. And where are they playing?
Local spots. Local
But so
spots.
it's the same band when you were in college?
I don't. I just know the name. Split Decision.
Go ahead.
Dayload Festival. They just passed Saturday, 3:15.
Okay.
Thomas King,
Okay.
Jay Thomas,
Uh-huh.
Mikey B Media, Ray from Split Decision, or Doug from Split Decision.
Okay.
Those are the names.
That's it. Oh, shout out to them.
That reminds me, best local band. What's
Hold
mine?
on. Mr. Green Jeans.
No, they never crossed my path.
G Love and the Special Sauce.
No, you're not gonna get it. It was my bass, did I play bass? I guess it was my bass teacher when I was in 7th, 8th grade. This is BE years. It was called Metal Wolf. Man, I can still find them. Metal Wolf. I looked them
A
up.
local Philly band?
Metal, dude. This is like hair metal band. Look at these guys.
Draft put a clip in. Those guys are awesome, dude. I feel like you've told me about that.
I'm
before.
sure.
I love it.
Dude's got an Eagles jersey on. He could
Sick.
fucking melt faces, though. First Jewish guitar player I ever met.
That's funny.
All right, go.
Go. All right. I got, again, junior year of high school. Mr. Gant, Spanish teacher. Big guy. Built like Kuklinski.
Okay.
Built like the dude from the Zodiac, the guy that was the Zodiac, the guy from Fargo.
Yeah, so what's his name's brother?
Who?
Whose brother is that? Isn't that somebody's brother? No,
It would make
could be wrong.
sense.
It is.
Who is it? Luke really getting put to work today.
I know.
I like it. Don't let the boss beat you, Luke.
Not John Carroll Lynch.
No. His name is Lynch. That is John Carroll Lynch.
Is it?
The big guy. Yeah.
Yes. Jane Lynch's brother.
Is that what it is?
No, I just made that up,
Oh.
but it makes sense.
He does not have a brother.
David
No?
Lynch?
Or that's
Okay.
famous.
Anyway,
John Carroll Lynch, yes.
built like that. Great, unbelievable actor. Not Mr. Gant, but John Carroll Lynch. Shout out to him. Mr. Gant, Spanish teacher. Every year, first of all, the class was lawless.
Okay.
He would let fucking anything slide. He was cool as shit. We had fun. I remember our textbook. Churros y chocolate was the name of our textbook.
You were sold.
Sold.
How you doing?
I remember being in that class starving, looking at the cover of the book because it was churros, and I didn't know what the fucking churros was. Man, when those two roads finally connected, woo-wee! Took us first time, big field trip,
On the border.
Chi-Chi's
Chi-Chi's.
for some
Yeah.
fried ice cream. Fucking had the best time, fucking hanging out the windows, laughing, dying.
Good
Fucking
time.
high as shit.
Good time.
Shout out to Mr. Gant.
My second one is second grade, Holland Elementary. Second grade teacher, Mrs. Cheminsky.
Cheminsky, good name.
She was an attractive lady.
At second
two?
grade, you knew
I mean,
this.
I didn't know. I mean, I knew you could tell she was pretty. She was younger. I mean, she had daughters. I grew up with her daughters. They were not my year, but like, we wrote, you know what I mean?
30?
You got to think, I mean, if she's got an 8-year-old, yeah, she's like 32.
How old are you in second grade?
8?
Yeah?
Yeah. No, 7,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah, 7. So,
Hot,
like,
huh?
I mean, I'm not saying she was hot. She was pretty.
Did you ever-
Compared to, like, you know, Mrs. Davis, whose eyes were falling out of her head.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
That's my number one.
Did you have anybody that you were affectionate with at that age?
She did a thing. I mean, I've mentioned this before. She did a thing on your birthday. You would go around and give everybody in your class munchkins.
Of course.
You know what I mean? But then you would go give the teachers that you liked. Like, I want to go give one to, like, when you had extra.
Uh-huh.
And you get, like, a few minutes to roam around the hallway and, you know, I want to give so-and-so a...
Stuffing them.
All right, yeah, fat kid, it's just Mr. B all over again. We get it, I'm fat.
You're a crop dust in the hallway?
I'm eating all the glazed ones. The chocolate ones have weird consistency. Because they did.
I love that consistency.
I bet you did, fat ass. Hey, Chucko.
Munchkins were very late. When I was banging, it had to be homemade. If you showed up with some store-bought bullshit, it was bad news.
I mean, when I
This
was
is
banging, if you showed up with homemade stuff, it was just like, what are you, Amish? Get that? I'm not eating that shit out of a shoebox. Go get me the fucking briefcase with the logo on it. No one showed up with fucking homemade shit.
Ah, we loved it.
Nah. Your ma ain't as good as the Dunkin'.
This is
it's
like-
time to make the fucking
This is
donut.
before Munchkins really took off. You're still smoking in Dunkin' Donuts. Couldn't go in there as a kid. Yeah,
Speak for yourself, dude.
some mom would bring in homemade cupcakes. God damn. Freshly made homemade cupcakes that hadn't been in the refrigerator. Oh, they were so fucking
I guess they would
good.
do the cupcake. You would get cupcakes. Maybe a brownie, but that aged out.
I don't mind a brownie.
Um,
You ever fuck with a bake sale at school?
What do you mean?
Like,
Like I bought or I made?
no,
in the
would
kitchen?
you go to a bake sale at school?
That was, I feel like, after school hours for us. Like that'd be like Saturday. We never went.
Huh. We went
No.
to a couple.
No.
Lemon squares. Great.
But Mrs. Cheminsky, you'd go around, you go to her class, and she'd kiss all the kids on her she put on like big red lipstick. Very sweet, obviously all innocent.
Of course.
A thing you could do then that you can't do now.
Right.
And she'd put like a big red lip. And so
that's-
everybody, oh, it's your birthday. You know, it was a very cute thing. Like, that shit don't exist no more.
Now.
But yeah, she I would love to see her then now. Me now see her then. She was probably very attractive. She was probably very pretty. All her daughters were very tall, athletic, you know, pretty gals.
Yeah, I had a couple of teachers in, like, when I was, a little kid, like I remember preschool and kindergarten, like, being very affectionate. Not in a creepy way. Like, I looked at them as, like you'd get a hug or,
Sure.
like,
I think
it
that-
was nap time, you could fall asleep in their arms or something like that.
That's something you would love. That's something you would love.
Yeah, I
Dude,
can't.
no way would I ever be in like 6, be like, oh, I'm just gonna let this woman hold me. No way.
If they smelled really good, if there was like
You're
if the
such a
if the
weirdo.
pheromones lined up, yeah, I remember. I can't remember her name, but like I remember she smelled so. Every once in a while I will smell that perfume, and it takes me right back to being in line in kindergarten. She smelled so good. I mean, she had like sweaters and turtlenecks and like falling asleep. Ooh.
Yeah, that's strange. I remember not wanting this. They were like, I remember them going, "You're going to take a nap." I remember my mom telling me that, dropped me off, and I went, "I will not be sleeping here." I don't know who you think you're talking
What,
to.
you didn't take naps in preschool?
No, you got to check your fucking six, dude. I'm randomly sleeping in this random spot without my crew be with me? No way.
So what would you
I
do?
just chilled. I'll wait and get me a cup of coffee, Toots. I'll check the perimeter.
You want to go out and have a cigarette, call your boyfriend, whatever you got to do.
Yeah, I got this. No way was I sleeping.
Oh, you'd have to wake me up.
No shit.
Dude.
Hit me with a fucking glass of chocolate milk and a fucking pastry. Fucking cronut. I'd be gone.
Nah, I didn't fuck with it. That's like
I
was
love
a-
that. You didn't like sleeping among all the other kids? All
he had
cozy?
slightly different early child. My father left, and I'm sure it left some sort of fucking imprint on me that I'm like, yeah, you ain't gonna fucking get me, dude.
Nah.
Tough break loser.
I mean, I don't think that now, but I'm just saying, my family.
Like you were going to wake up and everybody be
I
gone.
don't know. I mean, I've never really thought about it, but like, I'm sure that was the same time that happened, and
Of
my mom's
course.
like, "I'm gonna go drop you off here, take a nap." I go, "Yo, nah."
Coming back, right?
What the fuck? I'll be here. You better
I'm down one.
fucking 12:15. Your ass better fucking be back here.
I remember my mom
I had
dropped
the license plates memorized and everything.
my mom dropping me off at St. Jude's in Mountaintop,
A
Pennsylvania.
hospital?
No, it was my nursery school. It's still there too. I did not. My brother was in the school somewhere, but I don't think that registered with me. But I remember her
No, it's
drop.
weird. I never really had that. Me and Danny in the same school. 1 year I had it.
Yeah.
I was in first. He was in sixth. That was the
Yeah.
only time we ever crossed paths.
We had it in high school, middle school, but then he was only there maybe like 1 year, or
I've
maybe
never been in the same school as my sister.
maybe he wasn't. He would have had to have been. He would have been in kindergarten.
I should say me and Danny were at Temple University at the same time.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you had to have known that.
I didn't know he went to Temple.
I was his third or fourth. He was, he left Ryder. He went to Ryder.
Right.
Left Ryder, moved home, was sleeping in the basement where I then took over.
What was he, a super senior when you were?
I mean, he wasn't staying on campus. He had an apartment downtown.
No kidding.
And, me, him, and my other cousin all, I told you they were running the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, I didn't know, but I didn't know he was going
He
to
was
school
a
there.
student. Yeah, they were both students at the
Whoa.
time.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Shout out to him. I like it. But I remember my mom dropped me off for first day of preschool and me freaking the fuck out. Like I still remember it freaking the fuck out because I remember they made me play with those foam mats that like a shape of a dinosaur
You
would
couldn't
pop
figure
out.
it out. You're eating them.
Fucking bullshit. Goddamn mind games.
This game's rigged. What were you on a boardwalk?
Give me a papa shot, you dumb bitch. I'll fucking school everybody.
I'll be fucking running game.
I'll be handing out fake NBA jerseys to everybody.
Sure.
Did not like it.
Yeah. I also like, that's so funny that you're like, yeah, it's because you're kind of like, I don't know, you are, we're similar, but like you put me in a position, I'm a little on the, I'm like, I don't get comfortable. You get comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like a haunted painting, dude. My eyes are going big in
Sleeping on a mat with all the other kids all snuggled up with
First
the
of all,
lights
that's
off.
gross. Even then.
Oh, whatever. It was the 80s.
Yeah, I'm just
The teacher was smoking in the classroom.
I'm just going, even at that age, I'm going, I ain't laying with these fucking kids.
The dork snapped.
Probably all
Yeah,
got.
dork snapped.
What'd you say?
The dork snapped.
Everybody had a nap,
Nah.
dickhead.
That's pussy shit.
Oh, yeah, whatever fucking progressive school you went to.
Fucking
You fucking bullshit. You had to take a nap.
public elementary school.
We were all jacked up on fucking charcoal and processed food.
What do you think I was eating?
Yeah.
Fucking Whole 40 or whatever? I don't even know what it's called. Whole 90. Whole food. I was eating fucking Eggo waffles and fucking Frosted Flakes.
Fucking Atkins bars.
Nah, I just had some prunes. I'm okay. What the fuck?
All right. You napped.
Nah.
Shut the fuck up.
I couldn't nap.
I didn't nap anywhere.
Yeah.
Every kid fell asleep then. You had to.
I
Otherwise,
didn't.
they'd fucking
I'm telling you.
slump you.
They get mad at me.
I don't sleep on airplanes, dude. I don't sleep anywhere
You do sleep on
I'll
airplanes.
pass out on
Yeah.
an airplane
I
if
was
we got a
gonna
real
say,
early flight, and I'll
This guy
snore.
was catching flies coming home from fucking Minneapolis.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, you were.
I can feel it too. It's bad. No, I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
Maybe for like that. No, there I was. On the way there.
No, on the way home,
Now, what were you doing?
I looked over.
What were you doing?
I was writing.
Yeah,
Working
right.
on material.
Stop the terrorist.
No,
Hey, you missed it.
You did an all-time fat. You asked the guy for the snacks, which is a crazy move. I've never seen that done.
That guy was being a real dick,
No,
too.
that
with
was-
the-
dude,
with
that-
the- I had asked him for the seatbelt extender 3 goddamn times.
Yeah,
He
that's
kept saying, "Oh, I got you. I got you.
your
You got
next.
me."
Your next ask shouldn't be for snacks after he asked for a seatbelt extender. That was. I even looked. You knew you were gonna catch some shit because you looked at me like I want snacky or something. I literally rolled my. I was so over
I
you.
need a little something.
No, you just had eggs Benedict.
That was like,
And listen, you
this
didn't
was
earn
2
it.
hours into the flight.
It was a 2-hour flight.
An hour and a half into the flight.
It was 3
and I
hours.
got pistachios.
It was and something else. I saw you're a lie. You're a fat lying sack of ass. No, I'm putting my foot down. There's something happening.
Cliff Bar. Hey,
I'm putting it. No, I'm
I had
making.
a Cliffy.
I'm instituting.
Protein.
You didn't work out, and you just had eggs Benedict. That's like taking shots of butter or whatever the fuck it is. That stuff's thick. That's a rich breakfast.
What?
Eggs Benny.
It is. I like an eggs Benedict. Anywho, what do you got? Who's next?
I did Cheminsky. I think you're up. No.
No, I did Mr. Senior Gant.
Ah, right. Okay. Mine was 7th grade. Then I think I had him again in 9th.
Love that. Yo, what's up?
Mr.
Get him back.
Mr. Leventhal.
Okay.
Big, tall, fucking swimmer. Big swimmer. Like, he seemed like 6'4". Long body, jack dude. Real clean cut, soft spoken, new music. Like new stuff about
new music.
Yeah. And he was very, I'm running the show. Like he was a front man. Wanted to be. Mr. Leventhal, he would just go like, you'd be like in there listening to something or whatever, or he'd see a CD and he'd go, great out, track 4 is great. Like he would just hit you with that and you're like, you get it, but you don't want a big rigmarole with it.
Yeah.
You're just going, and you go, that guy's cool. And then somebody was something about tattoos and he's like, I have tattoos. And we were like, what? Dude, this is 2001
It'd be a sailor.
or 2. Yeah. And he had like a something here and a something.
Special Forces.
Couple of teardrops. He rolled up his sleeves and we were like, what the fuck? I think it was a swimming coach or something, like assisted with some of that. But English teacher, super fucking cool, just cool, straight up the middle, not showing off guy. Had to write, he's like, everybody pick a song. One of the projects was like, everybody pick a song that means something to you. And like kind of break down the lyrics and like why and then like
I love the easy assignments like that.
it
that
was
were
just
fun.
cool shit.
Yeah.
It was just
That's
fucking
how kids learn.
Yeah, it was cool. And like he caught somebody cheating, one of my boys cheating one time and like
His
didn't
wife?
break him, gave him like a warning of just like, yo, dude, we don't do that in here. Like we run a tight ship. I'm asking stuff of you. I'd want respect back. Like just don't do that. I was like, shit. And we were all like, oh, we're not doing that again.
Yeah, the teachers you didn't want to do bad shit because you liked them. That's
It's
when
respect.
you got them.
Yeah, it was like, hey, man, I'm respecting you.
I cheated on it. I had to.
Of course.
Otherwise,
shit.
I wouldn't have got out of kindergarten. I couldn't get the goddamn dinosaur in the phone. Fucking, yeah. I had to cheat.
Okay, go.
I got my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade gym teacher, legend at Wissahickon Middle School, Mr. Smith. Big dude. He was like B.A. Baracus. He was like Mr. T.
Okay.
But he had a huge belly and a bald head. And his belly was like a rock. But it was perfect for the biker shorts, the bike football shorts,
Yeah.
and a tight tee. Get your shirt tails in and your shoes tied up.
Mm-hmm.
He had the catchphrases and everything. Everybody fucking loved this guy.
Yeah.
He was awesome. Took zero shit. Seen him lose it a couple of times.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking great. little kickball, fucking do the sport. You do the, when you got to do like the exercises and all that stuff.
Sure.
The American.
President's Challenge.
Yes. Which I killed that my senior year. I was terrible in that. Fucking murdered it my senior year.
Be proud.
Athlete. I'm sorry.
Someone tie my shoes. You're not an athlete.
I was.
Maybe you were. So 30 years ago. You are nowhere near an athlete.
Pull it up. I bet you I'm on the list. Presidential Achievement Award.
I saw
No
a love
way.
seat take you out at the bar the other day.
Awesome teacher. Awesome guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Mine was, this is late. This is senior year. Mr. Raddick. He was like the golf coach, the basketball coach, bit of a younger guy, good looking, put together guy.
You get in there. You could really start coaching.
Those coaches don't make shit though. My brother-in-law coached, and it's like you break it down to like hourly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 17 cents an hour. Like especially those football coaches. If you're like an assistant football coach,
Sure.
you might get like I don't know what it. I'm lucid, but it might be like $2,000 a season.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a 9-month season.
Sure.
That's like
Yeah.
and you're like so you lose Fridays, you lose every night. Friday nights, and it's just like it's at some point. It's like, yeah, I just can't fuck. It's like I got kids on the team. I got kids, and I'm fucking leaving.
Right.
All for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Did you graduate in 94?
Yeah.
I got Henry Foley, class of 1994.
What?
Wissahickon.
Yeah. What about?
I got your stats
for what?
for wrestling.
Of course. Go right ahead.
What would you say they are?
I was 33-11 my senior year, I believe.
30-11.
30.
Oh, who didn't know you juiced the fucking
And
numbers?
if that's the PA thing, they have a couple of things wrong.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the most important thing on there is state qualifier. So
it's odd how serious you're getting right now. It's like so not funny. How dude.
I was
just,
33-11.
I just watched your face have zero fun and like literally get mad at Luke. That was nuts. That was like somebody told you to go fuck themselves at a bar. You have serious mental issues.
I'm on pills now. Give me a couple of months to get him settled in.
That don't mean nothing. That
Luke,
was
I apologize.
That was crazy, dude. Give it
Does
up.
it say state qualifier?
I can't really understand the scoring, but triple
It wasn't 33.
section postseason first,
Yes.
district third,
Yes.
region third,
Yes.
state DNP.
Did not place.
Participate.
I got knocked out the first night I was there. 2 seconds. 2 matches. Didn't get pinned, though. And I was wrestling
Man.
189. I was about 170 pounds at the time.
Okay.
I was running from the 171-pounder. It's a monster.
Beat me up like 5 times. Buddy, you're 32 years old, working a union job. he got paint on his hands.
He was vicious. Or no, I got into states because a lot of guys ran from that guy. He was the 189-pounder. Scott Stay.
So you went up to meet him.
Council Rock. Went to Council Rock.
Council Rock has always had a very good program. A lot of state champions out of Council Rock.
I believe
even
he
my
was-
year.
He might have been the state champion.
Look up the Rappos, RAPPO. I think all of them either won or came in second.
Dude, I think I've heard that name from my boys.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially Penn State. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was, I think, 5 or 6 boys, and
Wrestling-
each one was better than the next.
Wrestling families were just a different kind of family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all super small. They all wrestled like 108 or 3 or 5 or whatever. Fucking microwave.
Luke, I apologize again. I
This is
caught up in the
crazy.
moment.
This is AI fed to me. There has been no better brother combinations in Pennsylvania high school history than the Rappo boys, who finished with 710 wins.
They're literally. I grew up. They lived in my neighborhood. I grew up with Ricky, was my age, and then Mike, who I was just hanging out with Mike this summer at the fucking Stutsky. Shout out to Stutsky's Crab Boil. I was there with Mikey, and then Matt, Mike. It was Rick, Mike, Matt.
Rick, Mike, Mark, Matt, Billy.
Yeah.
700?
They're all on.
Damn, I only had
They
34.
all finished top 3 in states. I think.
They all have hundreds of wins and like tens of losses.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
They're wild. Oh, wild boys, them kids.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, what was that? Lied about his stats?
I didn't lie about nothing.
You didn't get them right.
65 wins.
One day. That's a big match, a big tournament.
I took them all on at once.
Let's see the Rappos do that. Huh?
Every single brother went D1.
That's not good. Division I wrestling was fucking
They were that good.
brutal. I couldn't imagine. I know people that were awesome in high school, and they were like, fuck that, I'm not doing it. Fucking sucked.
I remember my brother did it a little bit. My neighbor was good, and he put he got hit in the face or something. His tooth went through his lip. They were in like 6th or 7th grade, so I was in like 1st. I went, no way, Jose. Plus, I was a fat kid. You weren't gonna get me in that tight of an outfit.
Finish your story about the football coach, the guy that coached everything.
Raddick. He was had a not typing or something. It was like
Computer programming.
something like their
Computer processing.
Yeah, whatever. So computers.
Computer class.
Never
took
he
it.
taught that. He was just cool. He played like pranks with you and fun. He was like a very much respect me, respect you kind of. It was good. It was good to have that like adult thing. But then I saw him like 6 months later. He acted like I was fucking Johnny No Face. It's like, buddy, I'm right here. He done. I used to see him at the country club I worked at.
He was a member of the country club? Public.
Yeah.
Private course?
No, not I think it's called semi-private. Like you can be a member, but it's a public course.
Gotcha. Speaking of wrestling, number 5, number 1, great teacher. Had him for social lab my senior year, which I've told you. You went in the morning, took your classes, then you had a double period with this teacher and another teacher. They taught you like social studies and English, and then you went and did an internship for the rest of the day. Me and my boy Charlie had it set up with his uncle. We didn't do anything. We went fishing. We hung out. Fucking good time. Mr. Jeff Madden, the head coach of the Wissahickon wrestling program for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Changed my life. Now, I'm sitting here right now with you. Wouldn't have done that without Jeff Madden. Tell you that right now. Perseverance. Never tired, never back down. Keep moving forward.
Okay.
Best guy ever. Would pick us up in the morning for practice, would drop us off at night for practice. Did that for like 3 years. Probably did it with other kids for 15 years.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Led the Trojans to 257 dual meet wins over the next over 23 years.
That's right. I believe he is in the...
What do you got, the yearbook?
I believe he's in the Pennsylvania Wrestling Hall of Fame because there was a ceremony for him a couple years ago.
That is the website I am on.
Yeah.
Very nice. I don't know why you looking at me. Why are you so serious about this stuff? It's so unnerving.
I can't be proud of it.
You're looking at me like fucking say something, and I'm like,
I'm not looking at you.
You're not
like
looking at me like, hey, let's have fun with this. We can go to these teachers' house that I listed, and we can all beat them up. I don't care. You're like fucking.
You could not come close to beating up Mr.
I'll get the Rappos. I don't fucking need this guy. Also, this guy's fucking 100 years old.
Nah, his picture, he looks svelte.
Yeah.
Still.
He did everything with us.
I will fight him right now.
He did everything
For
with us.
comedy purposes, I will fight this man.
He would run you
How old
over.
is he?
Probably in his 60s.
I'll beat up a 60.
You're a slob. You're a farter.
And what are you?
I would never tangle with him.
If he's in his 60s, I'll take him.
He was the first. He taught me the word cold cocking. I heard you cold because I got into a fight my junior years. I heard you cold cocked them. I'm like, what? It wasn't sexual.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, fucking, literally the best fucking dude ever. Love
That's
him.
good.
Yeah. What do you got?
Man, you talk about high school athletes. You go back to like you're in the locker room like trying to like pick on nerds.
It meant a lot to me.
Yeah, that's allowed to, but your behavior is thoroughly embarrassing. Well, what do you got, huh? Your hat's backwards.
Pussy.
I was lucky. I'll come over and slap the shit out of you.
Come slap this shit out of me. See what happens.
Be elder abuse. Be picking on the slow kid. I'll get in trouble.
Definitely be a lawsuit. Well,
End up at the principal's office with Mr. B.
if you don't think I'm taking a dive, I'll do a little flopping.
Sure.
Have Luke taking pictures for my insurance claim.
You don't have insurance.
Yes, I do. You got insurance? That's ow.
Could be a stroke. I don't know. Blood clot.
I'd be suing myself, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Damn.
You really paint it like we're separate entities. I don't get it. It's a very you versus me type thing.
That's not true at all. You're my right-hand man.
You're just threatening to sue me.
Well,
I may have a case.
don't back me
Let me
into
talk to Morgan.
don't back me into a corner or threaten me with violence. It's a goddamn workplace.
All right, I got one more here. We're gonna have to do the bad ones on a whole nother episode. This is a lot funner than we
I
anticipated
got some
here.
meanies.
Oh, I got.
People that were mean to
Listen,
me.
if you've ever reached out to my mother, you are on the list. And I know some of you still live in the area.
I got physical abuse, mental abuse.
Sexual
I
abuse.
got rudeness,
Sure.
fat jokes. I got it all. Talk about shaping my existence.
My last one is my third grade teacher, Mrs. Bressy. Just like, kind of like your aunt. She had like, young, not all young, but like, I mean, 40s maybe at that age, you know. She wasn't like an old woman that like, you know, Mrs. Davis is or whatever.
Hey.
But she wasn't like super young.
What was the can situation?
I can't recall.
Bressy.
What?
Bressy, I could see where the...
Having a set of knockers on it? I don't know. I mean,
A warm bosom.
I was 8. I don't know. something to nestle your head in and go to bed. But she had a couch in the back of her class, and she like let us hang out on the couch. Like it was like a living room area. Like you'd have like free time where everybody would just like chill on the couch or snack time. Everybody's like, and I mean you're like tiny little 8-year-olds, so there'd be like 15 of us on the couch,
that's
just like
adorable.
jumping. Oh, it was just like a fun fucking vibes. She was super cool, super like not motherly, but like just sweet and endearing, and was just like funny. Never like yelled. Anytime like the teacher snapped, I'm like, well, you're no longer
Of course.
who I thought.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you have that side, and now I'm
Scared of you.
yeah. Now it's like, oh fuck it, I gotta like. She just
Shut the fuck up!
She just let you do whatever the fuck. There was no like you could just act. I mean, not fuck. She would never scream.
Mhm.
No one. Once you get screamed at, you're like, oh, is this too far? Is that too
Yeah.
far? There was none of that. It was just like fun.
Yeah.
Everything was fucking fun. She was awesome.
I had a priest do that one time. We were screwing around in the playground, and I did something that was whatever. And he's like, "Do you want to go talk about this in private?" And I was like,
The fuck?
scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I think I was trying to put up his middle finger. I was like, "Put up his middle finger." I didn't understand what it meant.
Wait, who was it? A
The
dead guy?
priest.
Whose middle finger were you putting up?
I was trying to we were all like wrestling with him. And I was like, quick, put up his middle finger. Put up his middle finger.
Wrestling with a priest?
Yeah.
That don't sound like a Catholic school if I've ever heard. That's some fucking Protestant. That's the Presbyterian shit.
Is Catholic.
I remember we drove by a Presbyterian church. I go, that's a church, right? My dad go, that's not a church. I go, why don't we go to that? He goes, that's not church.
Ah, man.
Well, you got to wrap it up.
What a fun one.
Uh-huh.
Sorry if I got intense about my
No.
apologize.
About your lying record.
I'm not lying about anything. It was 33-11. That thing's wrong. Gang.
I'll see you out on the mat. I'll pick you up in the morning for wrestling practice. Be real serious about it.
Never tire, never back down. We'll see you next weekend.
Peace.
Ready? Get it. Look. Put it. Red 19. Ready?
More like bread 19 is your and have an eating problem. Bread 19, Dorito.
Hey, everybody out there.
Leave that in.